Okay, you guys, if you saw my video yesterday about Dell earnings, I left a lot of money on the table. That puppy ran, and it ran through the night. So I got all cocky today and I thought, I'm going to go back in there and trade Dell again this morning. So I actually ended up getting up at midnight and turning on the computer to see if, like, the London Open, if anything would happen. And I was so tired, I couldn't even watch the chart. So I went back to bed, got to the computer late because of that. And I ended up jumping into my Roth IRA, and I thought I'll just do 10 shares just to see what happened. It was a huge spread. It was like a dollar spread. There was one candle that was $13 move in 1 minute, and it went straight down. So I took the next one after that, and I'll show it to you. But I only made like $17, and I said, that's too rich for my blood. I'm happy with what I got. So I ended up trading just three other stocks real quick. And what I did today, I like doing kind of practice stuff on Fridays. So I practiced with a little larger share size and scalping, and I was not doing well. And then I realized, I said to myself, stupid, stop looking at your P&L. Just trade the price action. And as soon as I would just stop looking at the P&L and how many shares I had, and I would just trade the chart and what I saw in the price action, I did fine. So, anyways, you'll see today's recap, I only made $209. And you guys know my daily goal right here is $200 a day. I'll put that up there. So in 2026, my goal is $200 a day. I don't need to do more than that. And especially on a Friday when I've had a good month and a good week and a good day already, I thought just shoot for that 200. Don't try to push it. So I got to 194, $194, and I thought, oh, I just got to get right to 200. You know what happens when I do that? I end up losing money. I did a little. I got to 209, and I said, done for the day. We're done for the month, done for the week. So you guys, I had my best month ever. I did 1,300 more than last month, but I do think that's because this month was a big earnings month for tech stocks. So I'm not gonna like get a big head over that. I mean, I got lucky on huge moves after hours. So next month will be the big test. I'm gonna try to up my share size a little, and I'm laughing because I have a feeling I'll lose money, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so just know I'm gonna lose money next month. All right, you guys, if I lose money next month, remember, I warned you. Okay, so today was 209. The week was $1,456, and the month was, oh my God, I'm laughing because I just know I can't do this again next month. Oh my God. Get a straight face. $7,427. All right, I gotta keep doing that because this puppy needs to retire. I need to be sitting on a cruise ship having a drink. All right, let's go see what I did, and I'll show you that Dell. Dell was crazy. Oh my God, I always laugh when I have to show that I've lost money. You guys, for those of you following that part of my journey where I've trade futures on NinjaTrader. Oh my God, I'm laughing so hard. You know that I started a 50K combine on Top Step this month. And because it was earnings month, I really couldn't focus on futures like I normally do. So it's probably a bad month to start a combine. I should have waited till next month. So today was the last day of my combine until they charge $49. They charge $49 every month until you pass it. Well, I was so far away from passing it, I decided to use it as just, a craps table. And so I just did a huge trade on gold and lost. And I wanted to purposely lose so that when they charge my card on Monday, I can reset the combine because I want to reset it at that 50K, and then I'll have $2,000 max loss reset. Otherwise, I was down to almost nothing, and there was no point. If you're going to charge my card, I'm starting over. I'm trying again because I was down so much. So I totally let it go, and it's a big loss now, ineligible. So I'll start that again on Monday. Okay, let's go look at Dell. Oh my God. I got a little greedy and I thought, oh, Dell's moving again. Check out this 15-minute chart. And this is one where I got up at midnight. So right up here, it got to the high last night, of course, after hours. I made money there. Not to there, I didn't. So I was bummed out that I didn't hold it this far. I had gotten out kind of in this area. So I decided that it might be like some of the others that just keep going the next day. And I thought I'd get in. So I got up at midnight. Well, it had dumped quite a bit by midnight. And then I was so tired. I decided to go back to bed, got up late. Anyways, it was chaotic. Look at this right here, you guys. This is 15 minutes after the New York Open, and the candle went from 413 to exactly 424.50. And that is a lot. That's huge. So I decided to get in with 10 shares is all I got. You'll see it right here. And I literally got in on this candle and I waited because I had so much fear. I waited till it got way up here and I just instantly said I'm out. And I only made $17, but it was 10 shares. That's good. Hey, if I would have been gutsy and taken 100 shares, I could have got $172. But that loss right there would have been over $1,000 on that candle. Okay, so let's move on to the day trading account. Okay, guys, so let's go to day trading account here, Amazon. So Blue Origin had bad news and, they had a rocket explode. So I couldn't understand why on this first candle. I was looking up at my another monitor where I have Amazon and I saw this big, huge candle going up. And I couldn't understand why Amazon stock would go up because a lot of people think that Amazon stock price is correlated sometimes with Blue Origin. Not everyone. I mean, most of us know it's not. But I was worried that it would go down. So I had it up on my chart thinking that I could actually short this today because some people just assume that Amazon somehow is part owner of Blue Origin. So it ended up going up. And I was like, oh, wow, man, let me go see if I can scalp that. So all I did was I took 50 shares and I went ahead and jumped in right here. However, I just kept thinking that might be some retail traders who think it's going to go down or something. I don't know. Anyways, I didn't feel comfortable trading it. And I kind of was getting in this range right here. Couldn't decide what it was going to do. I only made $12. What I really wanted to do was short it today, thinking that people would do that. So I just skipped that. That was it. And then Palantir and NVIDIA are the two that I really tried to focus on. NVIDIA did real well. Palantir, not so good. So Palantir's been kicking my ass lately. I've been trying to up my share size, and I used to trade Palantir so well every day. It was so easy. And for some reason, it has not been easy lately. So let me see if I can pull this up so we can actually see it. All right, I'm not going to go into each and every one of these little trades, but I'm just going to show you how I started off with 50 shares, and then I'm just laughing because then I jumped to 200 for some reason. I don't know. I just thought that would be a good idea. Anyways, I guess I was scaling there. I was going in and out with 100, 150 shares, 200. I'd cut back to 50 because I was losing money. And then I wasn't really being serious. And I kept looking at my P&L. When I try to up my share size, I look at P&L. So over here, I didn't do so great. But then right over, I actually was doing okay, but then I'd lose it. I'd get 50, then I'd lose 50, get 50, lose 50. So over here, once we got past this level that I marked, I ended up trying to take it a little more serious and focus on P&L and drop my share size. And so this is where, oh, my computer screen is so slow. Sorry about this. When I do this screen sharing, it's extremely slow. So this is where I finally dialed in right in here and just traded price action and just watched my scalping indicator. Who's at the top? Is it buyers or sellers? How much volume is coming in? And then just focused on this. And then I would see this level here and realize we're not coming down past this level. And these moving averages, we're staying below the moving averages, but we're also sitting above this level and can't get through. So we're obviously not coming down to this level. And once I started just reacting to price action, it got a lot better and ended up with $51. So that was it on that. Let's move over to NVIDIA. There might have been a couple more little scalps after that, but I ended at $51. All right. And then you guys, this weekend, I'm going to end up putting a video out for my weekend workshop. And I'm going to show you guys really in detail Sunday morning how I manage my risk and how I'm so consistent right now when I've been focusing on all my little tricks of managing my risk. So I have a lot of things to show you this weekend. I think you can definitely use some of those ideas. And then I wanted to say the one good thing about this month being so high, over $7,000, I did most of that trading in my Roth and SEP IRAs. So that's good. No taxes on that. I like that. So unfortunately, it didn't add cash to my day trading account, but it did add cash to those other accounts, which is always great. All right. And then I looked at last month and this month, and I have been averaging about 300 a month. but I'm not in a hurry to up my share size too quickly. I just want to do it slowly and see if I can maintain that $300 level, because really, truly, the goal this year is 200 a day, but I want to ease into 300 a day. And it looks like slowly I'm doing that. So we'll see how next month goes, see if I can keep doing that. All right, this was my last trade, and it was really good, $129.08. And look, I was doing 100 to 200 shares, which for NVIDIA, I was doing mostly 25 to 50 this last month. Okay, this computer is so slow. So it's hard for me to focus in on this, and it's a lot of little trades. But what I'll tell you is, look over here on the 15-minute chart. I ended up putting support and resistance levels on the 15-minute chart. And all I want to do, look how even in the past here, yesterday and in the overnight hours during London and pre-market, those levels held right here, here, and then I had a level here. And then all I did was I tried to range trade on NVIDIA, and I found that I do best just trading in a range. When I wait until about half hour to an hour after the market opens, I notice I do much better if I wait for things like NVIDIA, Palantir, just to get in this range, especially if you guys want to date or range trade and make money. NVIDIA is the one that I constantly have good luck with. It always has a 1 to 2 cent spread. Today it's a little high, but it's almost always just 1 cent spread. And you can get this nice range where you're just trading right here. All I did was this range right in here. Boom, 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 boom. And then it switched. It jumped up. Oh, for goodness sakes. It's Friday. Well, then it jumped up out of the range and it jumped into a new range. So lordy, lordy. So anyways, I traded a little bit on that, and it was just 129.08, practicing with larger share size. Once I hit $100, I dropped my share size down to 50. So I just wanted to let you know, marking these levels really helps. Look at this level right here. It held in pre-market, and it was holding in London too. And then right after the open, it was holding. So, okay, guys, 7427 for the month. I don't expect that next month. So please bear with me if I go down in P&L next month, but I'll try by upping my share size. And this weekend's video is going to show you how I'm going to slowly kind of get into that share size. All right, guys, please let me know how you did this month. I would love to hear, I love hearing your story and your journey. All right, bye.